So you niggas who out to I ain't gonna eat no ass. They ain't me, I ain't getting your ass. That ass, boy, please. Yeah. There's a lot of shit going on right now. All right, y'all.
Salute everybody. What's up?
Raider.
Ooh. Bring the loot. Bang. I put this on loop. Man. This is. All right. Hey, and what is good? What is good? What is good in the hood? Okay. I've been making my way on these streets. I haven't had a lot of time, you guys. For those people that have been keeping up with me, you know that I have some real life ish going on in my life. Someone after my loved one passed that have been trying to make my life hell. And to some degree, they've been effective. They've been effective. So I don't even feel like I really began the grieving process. So I'm like back and behind with that. But I'm determined to find peace in my life, and I think I'm going to get it. This person got me effed up. I can't really talk about it in detail enough like I did with the passing of my loved one, where I didn't provide so much detail that I was uncomfortable, but that you guys were still able to understand all that was going on. You see what I'm saying? Let me go back to the comments. I'll be reading the comments. This is a short live, but I want to be opinionated as F. Okay. Just about the little that I have caught up with. Okay. But this person got me effed up. I think that they're going to get themselves in trouble. But I believe they're trying to get me like in the legal wrangling or maybe in the clinker, like at that's at one extreme. But if not that extreme, maybe like they're trying to get papers on me. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do, but they're gonna trying to be manipulative. They're gonna get themselves in trouble. Like the attention's gonna focus on them. They're messing with God's child. Okay, so I have faith in myself because I know I haven't done anything, and I know they did everything. So they messing with the wrong person. I'll keep you guys updated as it goes on. But like I said, I'm determined to get peace. Here's one thing that I found on the streets, being on YT. For you guys that are familiar with Chocolate Bay, but his page to find him like in YouTube, you would have to put in Choco Bay, BAE. It came up in my algorithm, and I could see that he was addressing people about some recent health issues he had. So please check that video out. I told you guys how to find him. It's under Choco Bay. You can find his page in there. If not, if you know who he is, just keep him in your prayers. I think that's what he needs. I think we both need it. I need it in my life. It make my body break out. Okay. Yeah. I'm still pushing through, you guys. I'm not able to get on during reasonable hours, it seems. Okay, because I'm up at this time. But at least I'm still I'm having a regular presence on here. Okay, that's my thought. So things have not taken me away, but things are really, really bad. But again, I'm determined to find peace in my life. So and here's an idea I wanted to share with people before I forget, especially with people from the B sector. With all those little dance challenges you guys have, I think it would be interesting. Wait a minute, I'm looking and I'm seeing Rodney in the chat. Okay, I think it would be interesting if you guys have um like a co-gender type or maybe like an all male type twerking contest because there's a few males that can twerk that fucking ass off. I think competition would be very steep because I know that Yusuf could definitely twerk. I actually seen him in action, and I know the West Bank twerker. I'm talking about Queen King can twerk his ass off. He'll probably take the crown or the tiara or whatever will be the prize. For that, I don't know if Rodney can twerk. Okay, but I could remember way back in the day, the little dance, little challenges and shit like that I used to enter. And the last that I did would have been on Demetria's channel. Okay, I shut her down. I don't care what she says. Don't believe if she tell you she won. Don't believe her. But she should still have it up. But I searched for it. It's not on her page. And I talked to her about it, and she agreed that it's not on her page. And I'm like, well, where the hell did it go? Because it didn't walk off. But she got what is up by request, but she got shut the hell down. Okay, I don't play when it comes to dancing. It's just that I can't really twerk. Okay. So let me transition. I want to go talk about what a lot of other people have been talking about, and it's the meeting and slash. I don't know if they're calling it a vacation. I think people have like a loose use of the word vacation simply because they leave their state or something like that. Meanwhile, I'll be like all this drama going on. I'm like, what do you mean you're vacationing? Like, I kind of associate that with like rest and relaxation and shit like that. Not drama. But so Kiki, the female, we always have to distinguish her apart from Queen Kim, who came on here with the name Kiki. But and Octavius, okay, they had met up or whatever, and they had a trip. And I just wanted to give my thoughts on what I've heard other people talking about. Something just kind of stood out to me, and just my own opinion, any damn thoughts about it. A lot of people have been talking about Octavius' appearance or whatever. And I have like a few things to say about it, but he's not really like an enemy to me. Like me and him really never have any beef. But I do feel that like other people who have like pictures of themselves who talk smack. I'm not saying he talks smack, But they have pictures. I've seen other people from the B sector do this. They'll have a picture of themselves and they'll talk smack. But this picture may be like years old. And I still feel like those type of pictures could be kind of deceptive a bit. Like it could be catfishy. You can kind of fall into that area because it doesn't like include like what happens to us as we age, and we all have flaws. You see what I'm saying? And it doesn't like pick that up or whatever, like how we change over the years and different things like that. They met. The first video that I saw, and I was late getting to the second video, but the first video I saw was when they was in DC, and I was like, you know, but I do feel like Kiki, if she planned it, I think she put some thought into her planning in terms of scenery, you guys, in terms of scenery. I think that was pretty much it, but it was still something I was I don't know, it was something it wasn't giving me. It wasn't like really the meeting wasn't really given to me, like in terms of what I can sense as chemistry between them. When I listen to them talk about each other, you know how these people do. They're like, "Hey, babe, that's my baby, and I love you," and it's just like all this fluffy shit, all this fuzzy feel good shit. But I really wasn't seeing sparks, you guys. So I had my own thoughts about that. I was wondering, like, I wonder how long this is going to last, because it did, from what I can sense, kind of it showed me some things, like after seeing them together, I'm like, I don't know. So it was just like all these questions, that I had. I was wondering if it looked forced, you guys, and manufactured to me. That's how it felt on me, with particular things. Octavius got to show himself. I can speak a little about that. Kiki got to show herself. I can speak a little bit about that. Let me start with Kiki. I saw an improvement. So I saw an improvement. A lot of times when I see her live, like she has like these, what I call like these cheap synthetic party city wigs on her head. Like, and they be looking drunk and crazy, like tip to the side, like she trying to be cool and wearing her hair sagging tip to the side. It's like, no, sis, that's not it. But I like the synthetic wig because I don't think it was real, but the synthetic wig that she wore, I like that. I thought the top was nice. I didn't really care for the bottom, but I think someone maybe in the chat was like, "Well, where'd your pants from?" And I think she said Fashion Over. I don't care if it's a popular name or if it's a high fashion item. To me, it didn't look. Um, I don't. It wasn't giving to me. It didn't do the job. It kind of like until she explained it, then I was like, oh, okay, now I see what you were going for. But you know how ladies, like if their period's on, they tie like a jacket around their waist. Like that's what it was giving for me. Like, and then I got to see her bottom half. Like people, I heard Tracy mention like, oh no, 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 she's not a catfish because she shows herself all the time on camera, and yes, she does. But I had no idea that her bottom section or midsection looked the way it did. It looked stuffy, like all around too. It looked stuffy to me. Um, yeah, it looked poofy and bloated, and it was like really, really big. And when she turned around to show her ass, because she has a huge ass, mm, it kind of looked disproportionate to the rest of her body in my eyes. So it looked like she had a pamper booty. Um, that's what I'm going to say about the DC trip. Also, as part of the DC trip, like I said, like the place that they was at, I can tell if it was filled and the people were there, like the shit would be rocking. You know what I mean? But like it was nobody there in sight. But no, it was just cringy to me. Like you didn't see like a patron, a person who was dying, and you didn't even see a server in sight. And I'm like, okay, what are we doing? So that's what I make of that. Octavius. Whew. The old picture thing. That's the thing that stood out to me. Uh, how the differences that I was able to pick up from the avatar pic that he normally has up that I'm used to seeing versus seeing him live, like before live. You guys, that shit is very telling. It speaks volumes. You know what I mean? And so, gosh. Ah. So it seemed like it was a thing of proving different things that he said. Like I know like a lot of things that he tends to repeat over and over and over again, like has to do with his height. There was a lot of mentioning of his height, and there was like so much emphasis on it. And I'm like, I'm I didn't know that that was like such a huge deal by itself, isolated by itself. You see what I'm saying? Just height alone, like with no consideration to the build of the person with the height. Okay, because he was kind of built up like an adult sized dingleberry to me. Like he was like very frumpy and oopa loopish in my view. Is my view. I mean, people were ragging on his titties. I think the best read I heard was somebody that said that his breast is built like lungs. Okay, like I hollered. These people in this sector can read their asses off. But I heard that. People ragging on the clothes. I'm not like this high fashion person, so I felt like the clothes were doable. I felt they were doable. I didn't feel like he had to be dressed at all. Um, he mentioned having all of his teeth. Oh wow! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Let me talk about that. At one point he opened his mouth. Oh my goodness. It like to I guess to prove everything was about proving the things that he says. So he mentions his height. So I guess he stood up like around her and put his hand up to show just how tall he is. And I think he think that that being tall is like this thing that puts you above other people. Now he says he's 6'3". I think in his mind, he think if someone was 6'2" or 6'1", that they don't have anything over them. I tend to think differently. So I just want to know like how like and I don't know if he think that that's his money maker. Like you see what I'm saying? Like his $1 million attribute. His hot the hottest part of him. Maybe he does. Let me go back to the teeth. He opened his mouth to show that he has all his teeth, and I can see that he did have all of his adult teeth. But the way I just felt like the way he did it, like he may feel like a lot of people don't. And I don't know where you guys live, but like most adults who I know, who I'm acquainted with, like myself, have all of their teeth. Like people like Ken, like they're an anomaly, like where I'm from. You know what I mean? Like where they have like a yuck mouth or some shit, where their mouth is on yuck. Like, so that, yeah, like I don't think like that's some unique quality or yeah, like characteristic. But you guys got to tell me where you guys are from. You see what I'm saying? I don't know where you guys, what region you are in the United States. That everybody got their fucking teeth. I don't know if you live in a fucking trailer park or some shit where people don't have like access to healthcare. Dental, dentists or orthodontists, things of that nature. But he was like really blowing that part up with the teeth. And I went when he did that, like them chompers, it lets me know I'm thinking like either he smokes or he don't take good care of them, because they was on yellow. That's what I'm gonna say. I saw a little chip to the side too. That all happens. That happens with some of us. We all have flaws, and some of our flaws are in our mouth. We may have a chip tooth or crooked tooth or something like that. But I'm not in that category. Okay. But I can go for a clean. Okay, and yes, I do have health care. It's just that I've been neglecting some things because a lot of crazy things been going on in my life. Um, Let me see. Read the chat. Right, he said he was 6'4". No doubt, no doubt. Um, but he was kind of like pudgy in the center. It kind of like built weird, like Tim Norman in the center. You see what I'm saying? I even got a look at the thighs. I got to see the thighs a little bit more today when he had the jeans on, like how they would. I just got a better picture of how they would look. You see what I'm saying with jeans versus the sweats, shit like that. And yeah, I saw the love handles and what we call the booty do. I saw all that shit, and I was like, ooh, we're good now. Yeah, and then he said he was a trainer. I heard someone say that. I'm going to go into what I've heard people say. I would need you guys to confirm it if you heard it, because you guys are the only guys that have dropped down in the chat. But then he said he was a trainer. If so, I have my doubts. I have my doubts. Like a trainer where? Like where would you be a trainer at? You see what I'm saying? Like training people what to eat? Like I don't get it. Like people who have lost their appetite to eat again. And I think I heard him say that he knows martial arts. Well, he must be reaching back into childhood and saying that he still had these skills or whatever at martial arts. But yeah, like he's not fit. Like if that's what he's trying to make out, he's definitely not a fit guy. I'm fit. My body is tight. Let's see. I'm reading by request. Um I think he did say that at one point. Rodney says by request says, I think he said training. Oh, training, bro. Exactly. I thought you said training, bro, but you are a mess. See, these people would read and slick read and shit like that. And I heard other people once seeing him saying, like, yo, I thought he was sophisticated. Where did that come from? I heard more than one person mention like sophistication. Did he ever say that? Or did they just because there's a lot of things that other people would throw on. Because I had people throw shit on me, like it's people who don't really know me who tried to paint me out to be like an introvert. When no one in my family, none of my loved ones, none of my close friends will ever describe me as an introvert. But yeah. So I wonder where the sophistication thing comes up. Did they say that because they kind of like I don't know. I get the sense that people try to separate him from the average black man in some type of way. I just know all the like little rumors and things that was said like upon him, coming into the beef sector, you know. And I wonder what if so did he say he was sophisticated or is that something that people are throwing on him? And I wonder what they mean, like by looking at a person, be like, oh, I thought he said he was sophisticated. Like, what are they looking for? Like, what do they say this in a man? So I was just like fucking confused. I didn't have the time. I'll be having questions about things that people say. I'm looking at the chat. I don't see anything about the whole sophistication thing. If you guys know, please share it with me. But that kind of threw me off. Anything else about him? Oh, at one point because I was wondering too. I was like, I wonder if he's going to take off his hat because of the three things that he mentioned is his height, that he has all his teeth, and that his hairline. He mentions that. So he did take off his hat. The hair was there. I thought it was a good mane for a person his age. I thought it was a good mane. Uh, at one point, he said the only thing that's wrong with my face. I think I'm paraphrasing. I'm trying to quote him, but I can't remember his exact word. But I think he said the only thing that's wrong with my face is that I have a little gray in my beard. But I don't think that that's a wrong. I don't think that that's a minus. Um, and the way it showed up, like in his beard, I don't think it's a minus. But honestly, I believe the reason he had it in a goatee and shaved around the sides rather than I'm calling it a beard. That's the wrong word. But I think the reason he showed up with a goatee rather than having a full beard because we would have seen more gray. And the way he spoke about it like it was a minus, like it was a flaw. I don't see it as a flaw. Um, but I just disagree with him that that's the only thing. the only flaw or the only thing that could be talked about regarding his face. Like that was very selective on his part to say that. Like that's not true, bro. Like you look like Herman Munster, like when you took the hat off. Okay. But yeah, do like if Herman Munster was black. But you kind of had that look going on, like with your ears sunken into your face and that small Zika head, you know. But and yeah, like your features could be talked about, and especially your teeth. No, like we all have, again, we all have flaws. I don't even know what made him say that. I don't know what he see when you look in the mirror, but perhaps there's a bit of delusion going on. I would say, let's see. Um, I'm looking towards the chat. Oh, he looks uncapped and musty. Woo! Wow. But I saw a fresh, let's say, shape up. That's what I saw. It doesn't make you not musty, but I kind of associate that with cleanliness. I saw like a fresh, let's say, goatee. It looked like he did it himself, but that's fine. So that's still keeping yourself up or whatever. I saw some discoloration in the skin though, like it was given two tone in different places. People focus on the neck, but it was just not in the neck. Like I actually saw like some hyperpigmentation like throughout the face, and it was like ooh, ooh, ooh. Maybe you might want to get like a mint Jola facial, a little clay facial, or something like that. Or I don't know, maybe some toner, moisturizer, or something, to make your shit a bit more even. You see, they have those type products for men. Men would have to keep up with their face too, to make sure things are even. You know, I would say. Is there anything else about him? No, just the booty do around the waist and the love handles and the muffin top. Okay, like in the center, you did look like a busted can of Grants biscuits. Okay, I was like, ooh, and it looked like the butt was pushed in a bit, but mm, that's for Kiki. Okay, I was trying to see everything. You're gonna show yourself. I'm trying to peep everything. I get into details and everything. You know, so that's pretty much all I saw. And then I could see some people that was like trying to compare him to like a familiar face. You guys, when I say a familiar face, I mean like maybe like a celebrity or like an artist, like a face that we'll all be familiar with. Eh, and you know, I, I wasn't impressed with the comparisons, but I did give it some thought, you guys, and I think I know who he remind me most of, and I think like this is more of a better comparison than the comparisons I heard. Because people just throwing names out like, oh, he looks like Leon Spinks, and shit like that. But there's a what is his name? What the fuck? Maybe when I show this picture, you guys can tell me. Damn, I don't believe I forgot his name now that I'm live, but I know his first name is Duke, and you guys know this man's face. He's an actor. He's an older actor. It's Duke something. What's his last name? But he been in so many movies. You guys, wait a minute. Let me read this. I want to read this comment. We all have flaws, but to do videos criticizing others who show themselves, well, I guess a lot were disappointed, including Kiki. But I don't think she will say that. She, I think she was part of why I sensed that there was cringy energy between them. But she was just like, "Oh, he's handsome." Like, like people tend to say that when they're not satisfied. I think, like not to feel like they're insulting someone. When it comes to men, like, do you think he's attractive? Is a question. Do you think that he is like now that you're looking at him, live in person? Do you think that he is what you thought he was? Like, is it a match to that? Would be my question. And she wouldn't touch on that. She wouldn't touch on that. I have very specific questions. You know, did she see the midsection? Did she see the whole of him, the titties, all of that stuff? Okay, because he did have some flappy jacks. He did. But the actor, his first name is Duke. When I show his damn face, all of you guys are gonna be familiar. He's been on so many different movies, with a lot of black cast in it and shit like that. He even been on television and shit like that. But he reminded me of this dude named Duke, this actor here. Let's see. Are you gonna play for me? What is his name? He remind me a lot of that guy. Uh, now watch this, you guys. He remind me a hell of a lot of the actor Duke, and I'm not lying. Now look at the close up. That's the match. That is the match, you guys. Okay. It remind me of him. What is Duke's last name? Child, it's a lot of shit going on. There's a whole lot of shit going on, you guys. Yeah, this guy even the Duke guy even did like an interview like on one of them big ass shows that they bring like a lot of hip hop artists on. I can't remember, but yeah, like his face is around. Like he did minister. He was in Minister Society, I believe, and he was the one that had the. Let me take it off. Lou. He was the one that gave the words. Now you know you fucked up, right? When he was talking to the dude on Minister Society. What is Duke's last name? But he remind me of that brother. Oh, okay. Is it Bill Duke? Okay, I got it wrong. So it's William Bill Duke. Yeah, Bill Duke. That's his name. Okay. So that's who he remind me of. I think the comparisons is there. The similarities are there. Okay. But that's who he remind me a lot of. Let me go back to my overlay. So that's what I see. No, before I even go into the damn overlay, let me get some things together, you guys. Let me look towards the chat too. Wait a minute. Put this on mute. What is going on? All right. Wow, this is a very old video of mine. Okay, here we go. So let me look towards the chat. He recently played the First Lady's father, right, in the Oval, right, right. He was in the movie Predator as well. Okay, that sounds like a movie that Ken could like really like, exercise his acting chops. Predator, okay, or Peter Fowler. But let's see. So, and yes, I did catch the passes little address or whatever. He called it I wish he just be honest about a whole bunch of things. I'm talking about the past. I wish he just be honest about things. So he had this whole address, and he read the ish out of Octavius, but all throughout it, he was like, and I'm not even trying to be funny, and I'm not even trying to read. Yes, you are. Like, yeah, like why? Yeah, you playing in our face. Yes, you were trying to do that, and you were reading. Let's see. He was Abdul in the movie Car Wash. Yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa. Talking about the car wash. Yes. Ooh, work and work. Yeah. So, what do I do? Yeah, in the past, he did this little thing. So, I'm going to play a little bit of what I heard coming from the past, and I'm going to speak on it. Okay, we're going to talk about it because the truth matters, you guys. It's just a lot of playing in the face, dishonesty, and lying coming from people, who pretend like they don't lie. And it's just like, it's almost like they're pathological liars, you know? Um, It's like they lie like laminate flooring, like all the damn time. And Passive fits into that. So let's hear it, you guys. Let's get it.
And I'm titty. Let me say this. Now, let me say this. I have been a big boy at one point in my life. Oh, yes, I have. Thank God for Planet Fitness and weight management. But baby, I had a gut, but I ain't never had no titties.
Salute, Black Pearl. I'm glad you dropped into the courtyard. So that was just the piece. I didn't play the whole. I didn't take a lot. I didn't lift a lot from Pass's live, but he was actually that comes from the video where he was addressing Octavius. He was talking about Octavius' tits, and yes, Octavius has tits, but he's in good company. That's the whole thing. So I'm sick of hearing Pass do hypocritical stuff. Like if there's someone that has a roach on their wall, he'll speak or in their home, he'll speak on them like ranking them or grinding them up. That's what we call it slang wise in my city. He'll grind them up about the roach as if we don't remember he had a roach do a cameo on one of his lives. You see what I'm saying? And so he and then he was lying about that. He talking about thank God for Planet Fitness and weight management. But it like it's known, it's like common knowledge here that Pastor lost that weight through a weight band surgery. He didn't put in that work like Brianna is doing. That's why I respect Brianna. I don't care what anybody got to say about her. She's actually doing the work. You know, she's not faking it. She's not playing in people's faces. You know, and he didn't the weight that he lost, he did not lose that weight. And no, he just didn't develop a gut. He had titties then, and he has titties now. You know, but the difference was when he had all the weight on him, and he had that big old plump, bloated limousine gut that he had. It's just that his titties were more plump, and they sat on top of his gut. Today, now that he lost the weight, they more like flat. They look more his titties, and the titties are there. He don't have a chest because you can't say you have a chest. You can't be a man and say that you have a chest if when you lean over, your titties like fall from the rest of your body. Like when he does that today, they kind of like drop down. Do you see what I'm saying? Like and like today, like most of the I guess the fat deposits or breast tissue, if you want to call it, like that pastor has most of it is closer to his armpits. So he don't have like a close like it put it like this. This how you this is one measurement that you have a fucking chest and you're a man. Like if the space in between, like you know, your right side of your chest and your left side of the chest is a small space in between there. He has like a large space, and then they dangle down. And his titties today kind of look like two sunny side up eggs, fried eggs with a raisin in the middle. You see what I'm saying? Like, dude actually got fucking titties. Like, and it shows through his shirts, so on and so forth. You guys, I'm not blind. I'm not gonna blind myself to that because he wanted a moment to read Octavius. Octavius is in good company with a lot of these men in this sector that had tits, man boobs, whatever title, whatever name you're gonna give it to. He definitely had tits. I remember the time that he went topless, you guys, and he so-called covered his nipples. But how he did it with the palm of his hands, and the palm of his hands was like away from his chest. But they were, you know, successful in covering it. That's what women do when they cover their breast. And his shit dangles all the way down. And I'm gonna show you guys proof of this shit. Like he always get caught up in his shit. And the proof that I'm gonna show, I wish he would. I wish I could predict that he would say this today, and then I'll be able to go back to like old footage. But he's smart because if you go on his page to try to lift old footage, you'll see it only goes 6 months back. That was at the time that the lap band had done his work after he got the surgery. But he still has tits today. Like because his shit lost its elasticity. You see his fucking face. He looked like one of them pug dogs. He's like he has that Oprah Winfrey look or that Star Jones look after she had got the gastro bypass. Yeah, all that wrinkle shit going on, dude. Like, yeah, you look fucking crazy out there. And you do have tits. I just can't take the lies.
I ain't never had no titties. 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 I ain't never had no titties.
So that's more recent footage showing that you have titties.
I ain't never had no
Let's get it.
titties. I ain't never had no 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 titties.
It's the friggin' lies for me. It's the friggin' lies for me. Like, so that was a combination of different videos, recent, of course, because like I said, if you guys do what I say, if you go to his page and you try to get the earlier footage, I'm talking about last year before the surgery, you'll see that he took all of that off. You know, he takes things away from people so you can't show things, but it's still there. Like in that footage that I just showed you guys, you can see like when he's driving his car and he hit a bump, his titties jiggle. That's not a chest. Like you can see it like in your shirts and your sweat jackets, like that you do have titties and they long and they dangly. When you were outside, you had the sleeveless shirt on. Why did they poke out like breast, like a woman's? Like you definitely have titties. Like I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to and playing with, but I'm not going. I'm not going unless you speak the truth. But the truth ain't in them. Let's see. I'm looking towards the chat. Right, all that fitness with absolute, with yeah. What is it called? Planet Fitness. Yeah, he's supposed to be in Planet Fitness, but you have no tone. You have no tone, and the reason you don't have tone because it was a lap band thing that got it off. And of course, it's recommended from the doctors who do the surgery that you work out along with it. So he does some little like other workout to help with the surgery. Like with certain surgeries, you have to like work out. You see what I'm saying? But he didn't work that off because we in them little clips that he's showing with him in the gym, we would have saw like more vigorous stuff that he would be doing, like the shit that we see Brianna doing. You see what I'm saying? But no, he didn't do that at all. At all. He went and got he's playing in your fucking face, just like he did with the hair helmet and the man weave. And just like he did when he came on here initially, making you guys think that he was heterosexual, then saying bisexual, and then later on when I came out as saying gender loving, and I did that on day one. Day one, when people know me, they knew me as being the same gender loving person. When he thought that was okay, now he's identifying the same gender loving. Period. That's the end of the story. Nobody can tell me different. Okay, and yes, the truth fucking matters. Like he says things that always, and a person like myself had to come around and expose him. But dude, you have titties. Somebody I ain't never had titties. You ain't never had the truth in you. That's what you ain't never had. So that's it. That's my rant. I'm looking towards the chat to see if there's any additional things, you guys. Okay, I'm looking in the chat to see what Jewel Nation is saying. Okay, so I'm still saying the same thing. Lies, the lies, the lies, and my Candy Burris voice. Exactly. You guys, that's all he's known for. That's all he's known for. And just to yeah, I want to be opinionated, but just to speak to, there's a lot of people that frequent his chat. Like I'm talking about like his avid viewers. It could be like numbers of people who have a membership that have joined his membership. They actually buy the stuff he says because a lot of them don't think at all. They're not really critical thinkers. You know, they internalize a lot that he says. I remember last month he called himself a prophet. They believe that. A lot of these people worship him blindly. You know, and nobody on you, if you ask me, nobody on YouTube should be worshipped, but they do. These people are very weird. And yes, we do have portions of the sector of the B sector where cults exist or cult mentalities, whether it's a cult leader and cult followers, and a lot of them are over there with them. Okay, they call themselves rider lives. Facts, facts. See, this is shit. This is why people don't like me because I speak the fucking truth. But it has to be said because nobody will say it. Nobody. But they don't question a lot of different things that he says at all. Even when it's clear that he lied, you know, and he lies a lot all the time. Even and some of it's so unnecessary. Some, you know, like when he said that like when people were speaking ill of Stomp Down and they were saying like negative things about his appearance, and he was like, "Oh no, I seen him and he's handsome, and I seen him and he looks good." But then all this time passed and he forgot that he put that out there. And other people had said, "Oh, we finally caught up with something. We finally doxed him and we know who he is." And he was like, "Wait a minute, well, what does he look like?" You know, and that's when he told them himself, "See how the universe works. See how the universe works." And none of them dared call him out. None of them. They just sat there like little lap dogs, okay, with their tails tucked between their legs and their hands folded, okay, like good old do girls. They sat there like good old do girls, both the men and the women, who worship him and deify him, you know. And all it takes is for him to put the word in yes, Lord, every now and then, and to recite some old sharecropping spiritual and they really lock into that shit, and it's just BS to me. It's just BS to me. But I'm on my way out of here, you guys. I did put it up for you guys. Anybody who would like to help a brother out, but just feel free at your own to cash at and to bless the channel host. And it is $ YAHMANETYIA. Okay, let me take this down. I'm about to wrap up, and I'm looking at the last few comments in the chat too. Okay, nothing has changed from what I'm saying. Let's see. Let me refresh. Yeah, I'm not seeing any new comments. So I think I'm caught up. So I'll be out here shortly. I'm just kind of searching for an outro. Let's see. What will I do? What will I play? But yeah, they don't critically think and they don't question that, man. I think they're scared because they know like he's quick. His block finger is quick. You see, he will block you like he's done to me on both of my while pretending like you don't know who I am. If you ask him, he will lie to you and be like, "Who? Yahoo? I don't know who that is." You know, he would say he don't even know that I exist. You know, that's how I pinch nerves. So that's how I get to him. Let's get it. Let's see. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done. This is what's her name? Diva Tomboys.
Lord have mercy. Hey, Lord have mercy. Hey, Lord have mercy. Hey, Lord have mercy. Hey, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Hey, get it up. Hey, get it up. Hey, get it up. Get up. Two. Better do. Hey, get it up. Get it up. Get it up. Get it up.
Lord, mercy here. Lord, mercy here. All right. Here. Not over there, but here. Here.
Hey, two.
Hey. All right.
Lord have mercy. Hey.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Hey.
Lord have mercy. Here.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Hey, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Here.
All right, I had enough. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you aren't subscribed. I'm out of here. Kisses, deuces, y'all. 1, 2, bring the lube, y'all.